Hi, hope you're doing well. My name is Sophie, and this morning I passed my AANP FNP boards examination. Yay! So hence the glasses and t-shirt. But I really wanted to make this video just to see, just to help others, because when I was studying, something that helped me was just seeing all these people who pass and saying like what they used to help them with the studying process. So for me, I'm just gonna review what I did and then what like resources I thought was the best. And then I also titled this as a giveaway because I have some resources like boardvitals and a Leik online prep and the application app that I would love to give to someone else so that they can in return study and do well and not have to spend so much money. So to begin, what I did for studying is, for me, I like to have a lot of time to study. I'm an anxious test taker, but if you don't need that, I would say like you just need like 4 weeks or even less. For me, I took 6 weeks, and I felt like that was really uncomfortable because I did like 4 weeks of review and then 2 weeks of just like doing a bunch of questions, and I felt that was really helpful. For resources, for my number one pick, I would highly recommend the Leik review. So it's this book here, and thankfully my friend had an extra and just sold it to me for a cheaper amount of money. But like on Amazon, I think it's $60-$70, but I think it's so worth the money because all the reviews are like $400. But this is really, if you can only afford like one thing, which I understand we're all on a budget, like this is what I highly recommend. And so I used this book mainly, I would say, and that helped me tremendously. So this book was it's divided up into basically like 30 different chapters, ranging from like every organ system to like things like ethical principles and all this stuff. And I really like this because it was really easy to read. It has everything you need to know about the exam, and it's just delivered in such a concise and encouraging manner, which I really appreciated. Because on the online format, on the top left, it shows like countdown to your exam and then like a progression bar, and I really like that. And then you can also take the exams as many times as you want, and there's 4 practice exams in a book. Also, it comes with the app. My friend actually gave me her app before I bought this book, so I have the app as well, and the app is really useful. I wish I used the app a little bit earlier on in my studying, because it's just such an easy way. And for me, when I study, I had to like delete social media, otherwise I get too addicted on it, or spend too much time on social media rather than studying. So for me, instead of going on social media, I'll just make sure to like go on the app and just do a bunch of practice questions and getting them done. And that really helped me because on the app you can categorize the questions as like you know it, you somewhat know it, or you don't know it. And that was really helpful for me to like specify to see like which subjects I needed to study a little bit more. So highly recommend the Leik review. And then there's also like the in-person the live review, that's like $400. One of my friends did them and she really liked them, and I think she guarantees that you will pass if you do the live review. But all the live reviews like $400, so it's just up to you. If you want to spend the money, go for it, or if you have a friend to split it up 50-50, I think that's the way to go. But I highly recommend that. Number 2 would be the Ollier review, or the APA review. That one's really great just because like Amelie Ollier is such an incredible educator. I loved watching her videos. Like, she is super engaging. She makes the concepts extremely easy to understand. For me, like antibiotics was something I really wanted to make sure I understood, and like she made it so easy that I felt like you didn't even need a graduate degree to understand what she was teaching. And she was so engaging and so funny, and I just absolutely loved her videos. Thankfully, my friend had them and she just sent them over to me, but I highly recommend maybe like if you feel like you need a more comprehensive review in addition to the Leik book, I would recommend that, and maybe splitting it with a friend, because I think those are like $400 as well. But I found her videos amazing, and I think she has a lot of clinical pearls that I will use like in my practice. So that was number 2. And number 3 I highly recommend is she calls it Professor Latrina Waldron review. A lot of my friends recommended this to me, and I really liked it. I only did a crash course because I already had the Leik and Ollier review, I forgot how much the crash course was. I think it was like $100 or I think it was $75. And something Waldron really is passionate about is like making it affordable, and I love that because like $400 is not cheap, and you already paid for your exam. So I loved her crash course was great. I think if you already did a comprehensive review and you just want something else to help you, I would recommend Waldron. She's really good at giving you specific like buzzwords you should look out for, and that would really help with your exam, because I think part of the exam just like seeing like those buzzwords, because then like copiac spots. I don't even know how to say that. It's like you gotta think like measles, So that was super helpful, and she's like super encouraging, and she's like her motto is like NP in 5 minutes, which I still don't really understand because the exam takes more than 5 minutes, but that confidence really helps you. During my exam, I was like, I'm gonna be a nurse practitioner when I leave, and that was really nice to have that encouragement. So she's super engaging. She has a lot of different bundles. If you want to do like a whole review, I heard her reviews are really good too, and hers are more affordable. I would just say like maybe the quality of the video is not as good, like there's some glitches, but overall like she gets the information across. She's super engaging as well, and I really, really recommended that. So for things I would not necessarily recommend, I thankfully got the Fitzgerald book from my friend who passed. Two of my friends who passed, who graduated a year before me and passed, did a Fitzgerald review, and they loved it, and they highly recommended it. For me, I didn't find it as useful. I found it was good for pictures. Like they have pictures of things you need to see. So if you are taking the ANCC exam, maybe that would be helpful. I don't know why I can't find any, but like they have this was the one I wanted to show. Just has like really good pictures, and they recommend studying some chest X-rays and EKGs on your exam. I didn't have any on my exam, but you may have some on yours, and I found that really helpful. So, but otherwise, I wouldn't necessarily spend money on the Fitzgerald review because again, it's like $400, and another reason why I didn't find it extremely helpful is just that it's way too in depth. I think it focuses on things that I don't even think are going to be on the exam. Like when I was reviewing cardiology, it said like interventions that will help decrease the systolic and diastolic blood pressure by a certain number. And while that's good for a clinical experience, you will not get that question on an exam because that's way too specific. So I would maybe like hesitate to recommend it, but like I said, two of my friends took it, did the review and passed on the first try, so it can work better for some others. Another thing that I did that I probably wouldn't recommend is doing the board vitals questions. Those are like, I don't know if it's a bundle or if it's paired, but I like recommend doing the Fitzgerald review and doing the board vitals questions. For me, I wanted to do like a bunch of practice questions to practice like taking questions. I don't know why I struggled with that, but I just found like those questions were more difficult. So like I would only get like a 65% maybe on those exams, and like shatter my, confidence. And it's like 2 weeks before my exam. I was thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fail. But then like when I took the Leik book, the Leik questions were, I think, so much more similar to what's going to be on the board's exam. So when I first took the Leik exams, I think I would get like 70%-ish. And then when I retook them after studying and reviewing like difficult concepts, and then I got like, try to get high 80s or if not 90%, I think that really helped me gain the confidence I needed to pass. Because when you take those board vitals questions, those are really hard, and I felt like I didn't see any of those questions on my exam. Like they were really, I found it like they would like elude you to a answer, and you think, okay, I got it, but then they ask like such a specific question about the answer that may not have made any sense to anyone. But so I would not recommend that. And yeah, so I lost my train of thought, but so I'm hesitant about board vitals, but if you want to like challenge yourself and just, do more questions, then I would recommend it. And that could be something, I think I mentioned it, but that would be something I can give away too, because I still have the subscription to mid-July. But overall, just to recap, I highly recommend the Leik book, #1, and then the Ollier and Waldron if you want to afford it, if you feel like you need more, a little bit more review, and just know that, you got this, you survived grad school, you're going to do great, I believe in you, if I can pass, you can pass. The passing rate's like 80%, these questions, I felt like this exam was so much easier than the NCLEX, and I even have my CCRN, and I felt like it's easier than my CCRN exam, just because there's no select all that applies, and they're not trying to trick you, and you're a good NP, so, and you deserve to pass, so you got this, best of luck. Like I said earlier, if you want any of the like the Leik access stuff, the app, or the online access, I will like change the password and just like email it to you. I can send it to you if you just type in the comments like, oh, like the review material smiley face, and I'll just message you. I don't think this video is gonna get a lot of reviews, but if you would like them, please let me know, and I'd love to give it to you so I can help someone else out. But happy studying, good luck, you got this, and let me know when you pass. Good luck.